What's up, guys? It's me, and I'm with my friends to explain us further or explain us more what is our topic is all about. So today, our topic is to know better what human environment system is. Human environment?
Human being, a culture-bearing primate classified in the genus Homo, especially the species Homo sapiens. Human beings are anatomically similar and related to the great apes but are distinguished by a more highly developed brain and resultant capacity for articulate speech and abstract reasoning.
Next, we need another reporter to explain the environment. So, Divina, what is environment?
Environment. What really means the environment? What are the functions of environment? Let's see. As what I've studied, environment is the living and non-living things that an organism interacts with or that have an effect on it. Living elements that an organism interacts with are known as biotic elements. Animals, plants, and others. Abiotic elements are non-living things which include air, water, and sunlight, and others. So basically, environment is our surroundings. For example, which is ocean, forest, and seeing mountains, or hearing animals and other else.
Okay, now that we know the meaning of the environment and human, let's proceed to our main topic, the human environment system. We need another reporter to explain this, so let's call Miss Dimpas. So, what human environment is?
Hello EI. Since they already explained the human and environment, so if we combine the two, we have a human environment system. Human environment system is a coupled human environment system involves a two-way interaction between human system and their environment. What humans do influence the environment, but the resulting change in the environment in turn influence our perception and behavior. There are three types of human environment interaction. The way people depend on the environment for food, water, timber, natural gas. The way people adapt the environment to fulfill their own needs. The way people modify the environment positively or negatively, like drilling holes, building dams. Briefly, human and environment are connected to one another, so anything or whatever the outcome, they are both accountable. That's why human environment is important.
If you're wondering how human environment system became important to us and what makes human environmental interaction so significant, well, natural environment is critical to human survival due to all natural resources we depend on. And society will continue to depend on these resources in the future. That is why it is so vital that nature and society collaborate so that human environment interactions are positive going forward without resources running out. That is typically done through sustainability. Well, sustainability is a continued maintenance of resources so that they can be used by future generation. So, as human, we also depend on our environment because nature is the most vital in our society. For example, trees, water, air. We all know that without these three, we can live on our planet. Well, even though we have that three, often the human relationship with the environment is perceived as negative due to the damage that is caused to the environment because of humanity, which is why sustainability must be maintained in this human environmental interaction. To come to the point, our relationship towards our environment is not always that good. In fact, our current state environment system today became more complex and more challenging because of this following: climate change, deforestation, air pollution, and plastic waste. But there's more. Let's talk about climate change. Climate change. Why it can put negative in our environment. Let's ask Miss Castillon to help us understand why climate change can affect badly in our environment.
Hi, I know you're wondering why climate change. Humans and wild animals face new challenges for survival because of climate change. More frequent and intense drought, storms, heat waves, rising sea levels, melting glaciers, and warming oceans can directly harm animals, destroy the places they live, and wreak havoc on people's livelihood and communities. The impacts of climate change include warming temperatures, changes in precipitation, increases in the frequency or intensity of some extreme weather events, and rising sea levels. These impacts threaten our health by affecting the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, and the weather we experience. Additionally, climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperature and weather patterns, primarily caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels. It's a problem because it leads to extreme weather events, rising sea levels, and loss of biodiversity, which can harm our environment, economy, and health.
Have you noticed our weather today, guys? Some students are not going to school because of too much heat. Then, elderly people often to stay in their house because they avoid for having a heat stroke. Furthermore, our summer was too long. That's also the changes of our climate. Now, I know why climate change can affect badly into our environment. Okay, let's move to the next. It's deforestation. See, looks interesting. I need to call someone to explain us about the deforestation. Hello, Mr. Mondreza. Do you know about deforestation?
Forests have also sanitary influences upon environment due to the production of oxygen. Thought photosynthesis, forests plays a major role in reducing various types of pollution, such as the water, air and noise pollution. Influences of forest upon biotic conditions include its effect on animal life and mankind.
Can you explain us more about deforestation, Mr. Mondreza?
Deforestation can cause not only for human but also the animals. If they continue the deforestation, they destroy the habitats of the animals who are living freely in the forest and the main sources of their foods also. For some reasons why involved the deforestation is that they make a new factory buildings and urban for houses. They cleared the forest also cause of the climate change. That's why we experience too much heat from the sun because there's no trees to provide a fresh air and to protect us from the heat.
We should start planting a trees by now in order to save our environment. Next is air pollution. Maybe we can ask someone to help us to better understand the air pollution. So let's ask Mr. Yongco this.
Air pollution. Well, for you, AI, what is air pollution?
Pollution is the air we breathe.
Yes, but since we talk about air pollution AI can damage crops, trees, and variety of ways. Ground level ozone can lead to reductions in agricultural, crop, and commercial yields, reduce growth and survivability of tree seedlings, and increase plant susceptibility to disease, pests, and other environmental stresses, such as harsh weather. Air pollution can result in air quality, both in cities and
in the countryside. Some air pollutants make people sick, cause breathing problems, and increase the likelihood of cancer. Some air pollutants are harmful to plants, animals, and the ecosystems in which they live. Long-term health effects from air pollution include heart disease, lung cancer, and respiratory disease, such as emphysema. Air pollution can also cause long-term damage to people's nerves, brain, kidneys, liver, and other organs. Some scientists suspect air pollutants cause birth defects, so air pollution AI is more dangerous in our health because we breathe air, we are surrounded by the air, and even though we have air, we didn't know if it is polluted or not.
Wow, it's getting more observing, Mr. Yongco. Now that we can see if it's a polluted air or not, feels like we need to be more careful. And I bet it's clearly that we need to start to make or take good care of our environment. Well, I feel bad on our environment. Lastly, the plastic waste.
I think it's clearly to us that plastic waste was a alarming issue in our environment. Unlike other materials, plastic does not biodegrade. It can take up to 1,000 years to break down. So when it is discarded, it builds up in the environment when it reaches a crisis point. This pollution choke marine wildlife, damage soils and poisons groundwater, and can cause serious health impact. Millions of animals are killed by plastic every year, from birds to fish to other marine organisms. Nearly 700 species, including endangered ones, are known to have been affected by plastics. Nearly every species of seabird eats plastic. First saw the turtle was choked by the plastic underwater. See, we cause too much in our environment, especially the animals. They slowly implement the cartoon, straw, cup, and plates in fast food chains, but still we can't stop humans from using a plastic because they think that plastic was more efficient to use and easy to bring.
Oh, guys, it's me, I again. I realized that when we will ever stop this mess, when our environment was the one who gave up? Did you came up with a conclusion that when we will continue the deforestation, our climate might having some changes. Another is that can also damage to our air to be polluted. Save our Mother Earth in order to save the people living in the earth.
You.